buzz. I don't know what that is, eh? You think that is? I think that's a guitar lead on the ground. Nope. Bit of electrical interference, could it be? It's not the nicest of noises. Haven't done any checks here today, folks. I'm just winging it. Hope you like 2 nights. 32nd consecutive live stream of Dolbro Dan's live stream. It's 7:30 and we're live. It's the 25th of October. I don't know what the buzzing is. We'll work with it. Will we? You're all very welcome. Don't like that noise, I know. We're trying to keep it nice and soft and lullaby-esque, are we not? You're all very welcome. Were you expecting me? That's give me a wee second if I'm a bit flustered here. Good evening, Johnny and Mark in the chat on Facebook and YouTube respectively. Anybody else out there? Raymond McCulloch, thank you very much. Raymond and Jerry, thank you very much for your gifts and your wishes. I could leap straight into songs, but what would be the point in that? We are singing a few songs in celebration of the fact that my partner Danielle gave birth successfully and so beautifully to our son Arthur on Friday morning about 3:30. And Mum and son are in perfect health and we are blissed out to the max. As everyone said we would be, because he is a dote. I've seen dotes before. He's one of them. So we're up on Instagram, I guess. You'll love to tell me. I assume we are, hey? And some folks on YouTube and D Live, Periscope, all the rest, Twitch. Sing us a few songs. Do an hour here, which is about as long as Instagram allows. And just, you know, everyone likes routine. Babies like routine. And, you know, Arthur's been enjoying this in utero for 31 weeks on the trot. And now he's picking it up with his ears out in the real world. This is something special. So we tune called The Outdoor Type by the Lemonheads to get me started, to see if I remember how to. It's about camping, going camping. It's getting a bit quiet, a bit cold now, but always had a roof above me, always paid the rent. Well, I never set foot inside a tent. Can't build a fire to save my life. I lied about being the outdoor type. I never slept out underneath the stars. The closest that I came to that was one time my car broke down in the suburbs for an hour at night. I lied about being the outdoor type. Too scared to let you know you knew what you were looking for. I lied until I fit the bill. God bless the great indoors. I lied about being the outdoor type. I never owned a sleeping bag, let alone a mountain bike. Oh no. I can't go away with you on a rock climbing weekend. What if something's on TV and it's never shown again? Just as well I'm not invited, I'm afraid of heights. I lied about being the outdoor type. Never learned to swim, can't grow a beard or even fight. I lied about being the outdoor type. That's the Lemonheads. Folks, thank you very, very much for all the wee Street Fighter animations here we got going on. Lots of shares, lots of likes, lots of people following and subscribing on YouTube and Twitch and getting keeping a good thing going here, which I always appreciate. Your company every week and all the chat in the chat room. I mean, I put a post up there on Saturday 3:28 p.m. I think, no, Friday 3:28 p.m. pardon me, when our son was a mere 12 hours old, and we've been so grateful for all the comments that have come thick and fast from all my friends on my personal Facebook page here. Can you see all that? Yeah, you know, it goes on, goes and goes and goes. James Rooney, SJ, Claire. I could name 200-300 people here. There's about 300 people and 190 likes, wishing Arthur and Danielle and myself the best. That's him just seconds out of the womb. And nurse is saying, "What's the numbers on the scale there?" I says, I'm just completely glued, just like 296. And then she goes and measures him, and she's got the tape measure and turns on this big high hitting 100-watt light bulb right in his eyes. He's like, "Wow!" I'm like, I'm a guy that doesn't like bright lights in the middle of the night myself. Sleeping masks. I got a sleeping mask on an airplane. I'm like, I'm gonna keep using this, and I bloody well do half the time. So put the hand over his eyes, shade him from that while she measures him from top to tail, and then she says, "And what was the number on that scale again?" And I'm like, "Short-term memory. What did that say?" Because I was just like, what are these numbers? What is she talking? 296? And they're like, hang on, calculate. 6.8. 6 pounds and 8 ounces. He's a wee thing. So, there we have it. And this is week 32, yeah? And I have a few songs as usual to sing that I try not to play to death. Keeping it rotating round and round and round. I'm just actually caught a wee picture of my grandmother as a photograph, a wee passport photo of her. So she's in listening with me tonight as well, as my mum and dad become grandparents, and that's super special. Thank you very much for all the likes. Messages not appearing on YouTube, says Raymond. It's YouTube sometimes. Let me just quickly. It's done that before to us, hasn't it? There's 4 viewers. I don't know. Do I? It's corrected itself the last time, Saz, if I'm not wrong. It just sort of, or did I do something? Not sure. If that's frustrating, you're very welcome on any of these other platforms. You know, cross-pollination is the key here. So there's Twitch. That channel is at... thank you, Sarah. So it does seem to work on YouTube. So we're in business. Everybody, strap in. We're singing for an hour, and I don't want to sit and waffle forever, but I'll tell you what you need to know, or just do it with the power of music. And if you do need to jump to another platform, there's usually an information, links and so forth, animated on the screen there. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/folkdope888, and so on and so forth. Right. And if you've got Amazon Prime, I'll say this before, you can chuck me Amazon Prime benefits without it even costing you a nickel. Here is one we call Learning to Fly, since it's all learning now. It's such a scene, isn't it, when you're working limbs and your senses and everything else for the first time, and everything's working, your digestive system, working your bowels, working your throat, your esophagus, your nose, your wee hands and fingers and eyes. That it's literally a learning process, physiological learning process. It's such a trip. Now, learning to fly. Learning to read off a sheet and remember how this goes. Well, I started out down a dirty road. Well, I started out all alone. And the town lit up, got still, the town lit up as I crossed the hill. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Well, the good old days may not return. The rocks might melt and the sea may burn, but I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Say life will bring you down, break your heart, steal your crown. So I started out for God knows where. I guess I'll know when I get there. But I'm learning ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Well, I'm learning to fly around the clouds. What goes up must come down. Good evening, everybody. Let's whoops-a-daisy say some hellos to John, to Sarah, to Jackie, to my Auntie Alison, to Mark and Saz, yes, to Renetta. That's Tom Petty. I'm not really taking requests. I've got a few ideas tonight, Renetta. It's only a wee short one, a wee 60-minute lad here. Things to do, bottles to, babies to feed, you know. And good evening, John Chaillet. Everyone's happy as Larry. In fact, Larry is way down the bill. We are well happier than Larry. Like, he is like, he's in the top 10, but there's at least 9 other people who are well happier than him right now. And of course William and Victor and Andrew Kenny and Jerry and Raymond and Joan and Malcolm. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joan and Malcolm. And Sarah Veach. And Mr. Johnny Veach. And Miss Jessica Veach. Good evening to you all. Right. One's called Colours by Donovan, if I can recall it all. They tell me right now he's only seeing black and white and so forth. Maybe bits of red. I always thought he could see red. Red was a colour that was prominent, but these days they publish black and white books for newborns to kind of, since it's all silhouettes and shadows and so forth, till their eyes kind of come online. So he's all these colours still to enjoy. Yellow is the colour of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise. That's the time I love the best. Green is the colour of the sparkling corn in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise. That's the time I love the best. Blue is the colour of the sky in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise. That's the time I love the best. La da 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 la da da da. La da da. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking. Without thinking, oh, of the time when I've been low. Yellow is the colour of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise. That's the time I love the best. Donovan, colours. You may not believe this. I started off with blonde hair, and our wee lad's got blonde hair at the moment. A lovely little downy fluff, which I'm sure once that falls off, he'll have a wee while to go before that comes back. So he's blonde at the mo, and we'll wait and see. I was blonde till I was about 4ish, and then it went sandy and darker, and now it's turning greyer. So such is the way. Hey, that was colours. So that's for his lovely blonde hair. What little he has of it. Danielle was expecting more. She says the study says indigestion and heartburn there is a correlation between that and what do you call it? And hairy babies. She's like, he better come out like a blooming gorilla, or there's something amiss here, because I've had heartburn day and daily every cut and turn. But he's not that hairy. He's just right. Good evening, Claire. Thank you, Andrew. Where are we going now? Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It's been a flippin' good week. So it has. I was going for 3 out of 3 here I got an email back from the Arts Council, and I was sitting there going, got an email back from the Arts Council. Danielle's doing the dishes. Well, open it, and I'm like, here, it's either good news or bad news. And it was good news. And it was fantastic. It was like, what you're doing, and you're live streaming, and your dedication to live streaming, and the kind of substitution of the live bar setting, the Rabbit Rooms and the bar, and all the bars that I play in, that shout out to the Jamaica Inn, and shout out to Jenny Watts, and all the bars in Bangor, and anywhere who's ever put me up, and given me somewhere to play for people who want to hear it, you know. Now it's on the internet, and it's taken a bit of adjustment, but it is fun, and it is great to play for people and have them come on and say, like, I will listen back to that on a Monday, or I'm enjoying it right now. And I'm really pleased to be able to do this again tonight. I know, because we're pretty much back at it, back fighting the good fight, and nothing like a bit of music for the heart and soul, body and mind. But anyway, I say two out of three's not bad. So I got my baby boy, I got my flipping grant, which is essentially the Art Council saying, whatever you're doing, Dan, we're enjoying it, and it's worth it. It's worth doing. It's worth pursuing. Keep at that. So I keep at that till March. But I did, as you've seen me drink the odd tipple through the weeks, and I've had folks from France, as far as Alaska, people in England. What's that you're drinking? What's that you're drinking? I finally thought to myself, do you know, who makes Smithwick's Red Ale? Till I write them a wee hello, till I just chance my arm, till I see, will they send me a t-shirt, or will they upgrade, will they give me 100 quid, or will they say, you know, you are every week, tin in hand. So I went and looked up the beer manager on LinkedIn. No actual contact details for him per se, but when you go to these websites and it's like contact form, now they did have a section as to where you want this, where that form is going, what department, and I thought, well, there is a section called sponsorship, Irish sponsorship, and I thought, oh, well, why not? So I wrote my piece, and of course it's not. And my response the following day was to the effect of, "Dear Mr. Mulligan," to no, unfortunately. "Thank you for your correspondence." In case there was any doubt, "Thank you for your correspondence regarding the Smithwick's Red sponsorship. I'm sure you will understand when I say that we receive many requests for the support and donations across a broad range of activities on a daily basis. Sadly, like many other large corporations, our resources are limited." Strange, that. Multinational corporation with limited resources. But anyway, and we have to rely on set criteria and deadlines to help us determine which projects we can help. Therefore, while your event is without doubt extremely worthwhile, it is with regret that I inform you that on this occasion we were unable to help. So my first attempt at a sponsorship deal, swing and a miss. He said they follow on with, "The main focus of our investment is on responsible drinking initiatives which allow us to work in partnership to help bring about a step change in attitudes towards alcohol." So if anyone understands what that means, I can help direct my next application to bring about a step change in attitudes towards alcohol with regards to responsible drinking. So do let me know. Otherwise, other beers are available. But cheers, everybody. To Arthur. Not Arthur Guinness, Arthur Mulligan. But I'm just a wee slabber, like, so, you know, couldn't help it. There we go. Right, songs, shall we? This is lovely. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would for to ease my pain. If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain. Well, in the night forlorn, oh, the morning's born, and the morning shines with lights of love. You will miss sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. The lady's with me now, since I showed her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Lupin Lil agrees she's a sight to see, a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain. I've written here, that's a mid-up-tempo cowboy fingerstyle. I was trying to give these all some context as to how to play them. Don't know how I did that. Was that any use to you? That's a song by Townes Van Zandt, If I Needed You. A wee beauty. Okay. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo-doo-doo. Hey, where are we at? 27 minutes. Flies by, doesn't it? Let's push on. We've got James Taylor, have we? Got some Beatles. All sorts of lovely wee songs. Maybe Mum and Dad can tell me, how's he faring? Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog, all gone for beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. Where are me boots, me noggin, noggin boots? They're all gone for beer and tobacco. For my heels they are all worn, and the toes are kicked and torn, and the soles are looking out for better weather. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog, all gone for beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. La-do-do-do, na-no-ni-no-no-no, loo-do-dee-doo-do-do-do-do, la-da-da-na-na-na-ni-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Where is me shirt, me noggin, noggin shirt? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. For the collar it is all worn, and the sleeves they are all torn, and the tail is looking out for better weather. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog, all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, my money down, and the lassie's drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. I'm sick in me bed, I haven't been to bed since first came a slur from me slumber. For I spent all me dough on the lassies, don't you know? Far across the western ocean I must wander. Where is me head, me noggin, noggin head? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. For across the western ocean I must wander. La-do-de-do, na-ni-na-na-na-no, la-da-da-da-da-da-do, la-da-da-da-da-da-do. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you. I climbed across the mountain tops, swimming across the ocean blue. I crossed all the lines and I broke all the rules. Baby, I broke them all for you. 'Cause even when I was flat broke, you made me feel like $1,000,000. You do, I was made for you. You see the smile that's on my mouth, hiding the words that don't come out. All of my friends who think I'm blessed, they don't know my head's a mess. Oh no, they don't know who I really am. They don't know what I've been through like you do. I was made for you. All of the lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you. That's a tune called The Story by Brandi Carlile. Really, really excellent song that was it was on another wedding list this time, or August last year. I went off to Carlingford, pardon me. Got the Carl bit right anyway. Didn't require me to get a boat. And yeah, we were listening actually to Foy Vance, who has a podcast. He has a series now on YouTube, and I imagine since it's a visual podcast, there's also the audio version. So we took a drive this week, biding our time and all the rest of it, and went to the Duck Pond in Ards for a little stroll around. And on the way back was listening to Foy, who was interviewing Courtney Cox. And Courtney Cox brought up Brandi Carlile because she knows a lot of celebrities, obviously, in Hollywood, and Foy Vance has been over to their house for brunch and all of that sort of business. But it was Brandi Carlile, who must be more of a big hitter than I've realised, who was inviting Courtney Cox to Joni Mitchell's Sunday Jam Sessions. You know, the most bespoke, the hottest, most secluded ticket in town, where you turn up and you have to play your song. Apparently Courtney Cox has learned how to play the piano. But anyway, I didn't even know Joni Mitchell still did this sort of thing. I thought when I watched that interview she did, mind you, 2-3 years ago, but she was interviewed by like CBN or someone like that, and she was just British Columbia full-time painter, like didn't do the music. But there you go. She's in LA. Thought she hated the place, but she's there singing songs. Or letting others sing songs and just be in her presence. Interesting. And voice chatting away to a whole host of people. Now, on a more local level, I also came across, for your listening pleasure, I would recommend the Glasgowbury podcast. Paddy Glasgow, who for 10 solid years ran a music festival in the Sperrin Mountains from, I think, 2004 to 2014, and had all these enterprises and startup projects for local acts around Draperstown area. He has started a wee podcast, and Junior Johnson, who I spoke of last show on my last episode, was his special guest yesterday evening. And while Danielle was getting a little kip, Arthur and myself were listening to Junior's podcast, episode 2 of the Glasgowbury Sessions. Very informative, very entertaining, and as I say, he's a mate, but he's an all-around, he's a great storyteller. He doesn't ramble garbage out his mouth like what I do, but when someone asks him a question, he generally gives you a cracking answer. So if you like Junior Johnson, or if you want to kind of hear more about his origin story, really, and how he's on the I suppose the sort of time and the place of Glasgowbury, since it's, there was that kind of bubble of Northern Irish boutique festivals, or just the festival kind of boom, and then it kind of came to a close with, well, there was a few left by the end of it. Stendhal out in Fermanagh was the big one. Obviously there was none this year, so watch this space. Virtual festivals and stuff like that are the way forward, but that was a good interview because he had a producer and people were sort of saying to him, ask him this, ask him that. I think a chat is a chat, and a podcast can literally be two people you have no idea about telling pretty much private anecdotes and speaking in code about brunches they've had with other celebrities, and you're like, aye, great, cool. But some folk like that. Anyway, Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond would be a nice song to sing. I'm trying to keep these all light and non-goldery, as is my wont to usually use a plectrum and thump the crap out of the guitar, but we've a baby resting now, so gotta learn the finger styles, shall we? Money talks, but it don't sing and dance, and it don't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans. Honey's sweet, but it ain't nothing next to baby's treat. And if you'll pardon me, I'd like to say we'll do okay forever in blue jeans. Maybe tonight by the fire, all alone, you and I. Nothing around but the sound of my heart and your sighs. Money talks, but it don't sing and dance, and it can walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe. Honey's sweet, but it ain't nothing next to baby's treat. If you'll pardon me, I'd like to say we'd do okay forever in blue jeans. Maybe tonight by the fire, all alone, you and I. won't sing and dance and it can't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe. Ooh, 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 honey sweet, but it ain't nothing next to baby's treat. And if you'll pardon me, I'd like to say we do okay forever in blue jeans. Of course, I was singing this James Taylor song an awful lot. Quick origin, of course, of Sweet Baby James is literally that he wrote it for his brother. I think he was called James. No, he's called James. James Taylor's called James, so he's not going to call his brother's not going to be called James, but his son was called James after his brother. So, in a similar sense that one of Arthur's middle names will be Philip. You heard it here first, after my brother. But we have to go and get all that paperwork done and dusted still, so. On the range, his horse and his cattle are his only companion. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyon, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer, closing his eyes as the doggies retire. He sings out a song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Oh, good night, you moonlight lady, rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Now the 1st of December was covered with snow, and so was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Now the Berkshires seem dreamlike on account of the frosting. We're 10 miles behind me and 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highway, a song that they sing when they take to the sea, a song that they sing of their home in the sky. Baby, you can't believe it if it helps you to sleep. Well, singing works just fine for me. So good night, you moonlight ladies, rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. I'm gonna have to get the harmonica out here as well at some stage. See what Mr. Arthur thinks of real world harmonica. It's another funny thing I noticed today is the similarity, or how my ears are instantly tuned to the sound he makes. I like to tune a guitar by ear. I can say I've got a reasonable pitch. I can pitch you a note and so forth. But like I'm standing where I got my bag ready to go, and the door of the hallway goes and makes a squeak. Just one of those doors, and the position it's in, it makes a wee squeak. Exact same pitch as a wee yelp he would make. And I was like, that sounds exactly like sounds like Arthur there. And then a zip does another wee noise. Flip. All the little noises, all the little coos and stuff like that, it would just melt you. So here's a wee Beatles tune. Loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, 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 yeah. You think you've lost your love? When I saw her yesterday, it's you she's thinking of. She told me what to say, hey, said she loves you, and you know that can't be bad. She loves you, you know you should be glad. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. She said you hurt her so, she almost lost her mind. But now she thinks she knows you're not the hurting kind. Said she loves you, and you know that can't be bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, you know you should be glad. Ooh. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. You know it's up to you. I think it's only fair. Pride can hurt you too. Apologize to her, 'cause she loves you, and you know that can't be bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, you know you should be glad. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. Oh, and with a love like that, you know you should be glad. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, let me check my wee messages here. Frog Went a Courtin, says Kate, is a class wee song, which I'm going to have to refamiliarise myself with. I know lovely wee kids tune that I'd only kind of came across on Bob Dylan's 1994 solo effort, Good As I Been to You. It's the closing track. Frog went a courtin' and he did right. So, if I get the words put down in front of me. Frog went a courtin' and he did right. Frog went a courtin' and he did right, with a sword and a pistol by his side. Well, it's a lovely one. Do you want me to sing you a bit of it? I could probably have a blast at that, actually. Lovely little tuney tune. 6,000 verses, but Froggie went a courtin'. And I'll dig up some lyricals. Sing you the good bits. Sing you the highlights, okay? There's a really cool rhyme. My favourite rhyme in this is, without my Uncle Rat's consent. That line there, that rhyme there. What it rhymes with. Coolio. They sound like wee dinosaurs when they're newborn, yeah, man. From the scenes in Jurassic Park. I concur. Also, shout out, thank you very much, Kathleen. Congratulations to Daddy Dan and Mom Danielle, Auntie Kathleen and cousins Jordan and Paige. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're well over in Canada. Yeah, it's a blessed day. We're having a good time. So, A Frog Went a Courtin' and He Did Ride by a fella called Tex Ritter. I don't know when this tune was put together, but there is a lot of verses. Let's go for a bit. Frog went a-courtin' and he did right. Frog went a-courtin' and he did right. Frog went a-courtin' and he did right, with a sword and a pistol by his side. Well, he rode him right up to Miss Mousie's door. Rode right up to Miss Mousie's door. Rode right up to Miss Mousie's door. Gave 3 big locks and a very big roll. Said, Miss Mousie, are you within? Said, Miss Mousie, are you within? Said, Miss Mousie, are you within? Yes, kind sir, I sit and spin. He took Miss Mousie on his knee. Took Miss Mousie on his knee. Took Miss Mousie on his knee. Said, Miss Mousie, will you marry me? Without my Uncle Rat's consent, without my Uncle Rat's consent, without my Uncle Rat's consent, I wouldn't marry the president. Uncle Rat laughed and he shook his fat sides. Uncle Rat laughed and he shook his fat sides. Uncle Rat laughed and he shook his fat sides to think his niece would be a bride. And Uncle rode off into the town. Uncle rode right off to the town. Uncle Rat rode off to the town to buy his niece a wedding gown. Where will the wedding supper be? Where will the wedding supper be? Where will the wedding supper be? Way down yonder by the hollow tree. First to come in was a little white moth. First to come in was a little white moth. First to come in was a little white moth. She spread out the tablecloth. Next to come in was a bumblebee. Next to come in was the bumblebee. Next to come in was the bumblebee. Played the fiddle upon his knee. What else have we got? Do 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 do. I don't know these other lines here. There's a whole list of wedding guests and then a conclusion to the story. They all lived happily ever after. You guessed it. So there. An abridged version of Frog went a-courtin'. Thank you very much. All right, what's the time? We're running out of time. I'm only playing an hour here. It's a wee short one. OBS says 54 minutes and 15 seconds. If you have been viewing me on Instagram in the center of the screen. Sorry, I've been tilted to one side. I've mispositioned the camera. Hope you enjoyed the tunes anyway. You can set the camera down and keep the glare out of your eyeballs at this time of night and just enjoy some tunes. And what other ones have we go through? I had a few to just sing, and maybe running them down. Outdoor type, Forever in Blue Jeans. Bit of harmonica. Dean wanted cement shoes, I see, but Dean, I will give that to you next time. I think we're going to keep it all light and cordial and happy. Nothing wrong with cement shoes, but the vibe is just general. Good times. Whereas most of my tunes are downers. Some of them are downers. Or lectures. Lectures to a folk tune. Right. Key of G. Just to be different.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid. Oh, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains should crumble in the sea, no, I won't be afraid. Oh, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, baby, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Just as long as you stand by me.
Folks, you've been watching this on Instagram this evening. You're very, very welcome. I'm going to sign yous out before it kicks yous out. And I'll see you another time for the Instagram lot. The rest is, we'll see. What about an encore? If you want any more, YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. Cheers. Alright, that's the MOA. I don't even know who's watching, I can't tell. But anyway, yeah, gotta send it on its merry way, otherwise it collapses. So, a wee encore wouldn't kill us, what? That's the 1 hour mark, that's 8:30. Feed time's about 9:30, so I don't shake my head like da-da-da-da. It has to be, that's what's happening. So, folks, it's it's my pleasure to play for you this evening, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Slightly shortened, abridged evening. Where's my other one? I've got a Going Home tune called. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Oh, you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. I keep on trucking, mama, trucking them blues away.
Keep on trucking, mama, trucking till the break of day. Well, I don't know, but I've been told falling in love's like digging for gold. Keep on trucking, mama, trucking them blues away. Oh, well, now you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. Oh, you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. Oh, you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. This is it. This is a one. This is a good night song to everybody, to the Nichols and the Battens and the McCreadys, the Gardners, Johnny White, Anion, William, Anion, and your clan. Everybody, Mr. Stevens, thank you very much for tuning in, sir. Miss Barber, thank you, Linda, thank you, Babs. Everybody, the Robinsons, the Morrisons, the Mulligans, the McCullochs, Miss Durham, everybody. Okay, this tune is called I Will Follow You Into the Dark, because it's little babies need reassurance in the dark at the early stages. Love of mine, someday you will die. Well, I'll be close behind, I'll follow you into the dark. No guiding light or tunnels to gates of white, just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide, that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, I'll follow you into the dark. You and me have seen all there is to see, from Bangkok to Calgary. Now the soles of our shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now. There's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs, that there's no one beside you when your soul embarks. I'll follow you into the dark. I'll follow you into the dark. I'll follow you into the dark. Well, I'll follow you into the dark. And it's a wrap. Folks, just to reiterate, Mr. Arthur Mulligan is 3 days old, having the time of his life. We got a wee late night ahead of us, but he was kind enough to give us a nice hour and a half in the afternoon, and so I'm fresh as a daisy presently. And I got a grant from the Arts Council, so when that comes through there'll be more cause for celebration, as they are helping to keep the lights on. I'm just going to ride the end of this financial year out in maternity leave, and well, it's not really maternity leave, but it's some sort of thing. And as I say, wee tips and things like that have been always greatly appreciated. I did have a good batch of CDs sent out in the
prior days, and I will endeavour to get the remnants of my CDs in the hands of the deserving. So, and we set more Smithwick's, but if anyone knows a drinks company that would like to pay me to drink their beer on a live stream, then just send them my way. Thank you very much. To Arthur and to the lot of yous, thank you very, very much, and see yous next Sunday, all being well. Okay. Night, night, everybody. Night, night.